Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about the topic of tea.
In China, tea is called cha. It looks like this. Unlike the tea bags we often see, Chinese tea often appears in the form of tea leaves. The word cha is like this in Chinese characters. You can read after me. Cha. Cha. Now you can write it with me. Each action in the animation represents a stroke of Chinese character, cha. And Chinese words are all composed of different strokes. Okay, first of all, we need to understand the spread of tea. Tea was first discovered in China 6,000 years ago. It was not until 1,500 years ago that tea was spread as a beverage in China. Tea has rapidly become the popular drink here. 600 years ago, tea, silk, and porcelain were the three major export commodities of China, bringing huge economic benefits to China from overseas. 500 years ago, the Dutch brought tea back to Europe for the first time. At that time, the price of tea was 10 times that of coffee. At the same time, tea has spread to countries such as Japan, India, and Russia, and formed a unique local tea culture. Today, tea, coffee, and cocoa have become the three major drinks in the world.
When tea was first discovered, it was eaten as a type of vegetable. It was not until later, when people find that drinks brewed with tea not only taste good, but also have the function of health preservation. After that, tea was largely spread.
There are many places producing tea in the world, but most of the tea producing areas are concentrated in Asia, accounting for about 87% of the world, Africa for about 10%, and Oceania for the remaining 3%. There are also many kinds of tea. In China, tea types are divided into green tea, black tea, oolong tea, white tea, and yellow tea. First, green tea. You can read it after me. 绿茶. 绿茶. 绿 means green in Chinese, and 绿茶 means green tea. Green tea has historically been Asia's most famous tea and is popular in the West as well. There are indications that drinking green tea help to control blood clots and have function of health preservation in many ways. The next one, 红茶. Black tea. You can read it after me. 红茶. 红茶. What is interesting about black tea is that Chinese people call black tea red tea because 红 means red in Chinese. As the tea soup of this kind of tea is red, there are dozens of variations of black tea, each with its own characteristic, from very sweet and light to dark and dry. It's possible to find the perfect match for every taste preference. Famous black tea are Chiman Black, Yunnan black tea. So this one is Oolong Cha. You can read after me, Oolong Cha. It means oolong tea. The spelling of oolong tea is a phonetic transcription of Chinese character, approximating to the sound of spoken Chinese, or more specifically, Mandarin. The correct transcription is Oolong Cha in Pinyin, as you can see here. It includes the most famous Wuyi rock tea and different types of Tie Guan Yin. So the last one, Bai Cha. Bai Cha. Bai means white in Chinese. White tea is not as popular as other ones. It's a type of tea from Yunnan, a fermented white tea cake and white tea bricks. It contains a great number of antioxidants and other teas. And yellow tea, Huang Cha. Huang Cha. Nowadays, yellow tea is only found in a few locations in China, mainly because it is difficult to process. Only 3 varieties are well known. Mengding from Sichuan province, Junshan Silver Needle from Hunan, and Huoshan Yellow Buns from Anhui. Both the leaves and the brewed tea are yellow-green in color. The taste is fresh, with a slight hint of pepper. Now let's talk about the different ways of brewing tea in China. Among China's tea culture, Guangzhou's tea culture and Sichuan's tea culture are 2 of the most famous ones. The tea brewing method mainly involved the Guangzhou style, which is making tea in the teapots, and the Sichuan style, brewing tea in gaiwan, covered bowls. Guangzhou people drinking morning tea, some of which are used as breakfast. Generally, the whole family sits around the table to share snacks when drinking tea. The young ones go to work or school after drinking morning tea, while others spend their whole morning on the table. These people are mostly retired seniors in the neighborhood. They usually come the earliest and leave the latest. This kind of tea drinkers do not go to luxury restaurant, but to a small tea house near the street. Morning tea is also a common way for Guangzhou people to socialize. What is interesting is, in the morning tea time, you can talk about businesses, exchanging information, meeting friends, and do small talks. Businessman regards the tea house as an important occasion for negotiation, while ordinary people spend their daily life there. Apart from tea, people also come here for delicious dianxin, known as dim sum. In Guangzhou, shrimp dumplings, barbecue pork buns, shao mai, and egg tarts are known as the 4 most famous dim sum of Guangzhou morning tea. Other tea snacks, including rice chicken, red sausage, and submarine porridge, are also popular. Apart from the great Guangzhou tea culture, there is Sichuan tea culture as well. In Sichuan, people make tea in gaiwan. Gaiwan is kind of tea set with a cover on the top, a bowl in the middle, and the tray under. In Chinese culture, the cover is the sky, and the bull represents the person, and the tree stands for earth. Sichuan people also pay attention to the use of tea cover in different occasions. When drinking tea, the tea cover is placed on the table, indicating that the cup is empty and the servant will come soon and fill the water. When the guests leave temporarily and place the tea cover on the chair, it means that people will return soon when they are not far away, so no one will occupy the seats. The shop will also help to take care of the tea sets and snacks. This type of leisure lifestyle is especially popular in the capital city of Sichuan, Chengdu. There are tea houses in downtown areas, in shabby alleys, in the park, in the garden, and even in universities, especially in the old street and alleys. Within 3 or 5 steps, a tea house will pop up, and almost all the seats are full. The tea houses are full of customers. There is a saying about that half of the Chengdu people live in the tea house. As for the other half, most of them went to the hot pot shop. It seems like the tea house in Chengdu is also the key to the Chengdu culture.
This is an ordinary Saturday afternoon in People's Park in Chengdu, where you can see many people enjoying their weekend leisure time here. When you walk along the path, and you will see the famous Heming Tea House. As you can see, there are a lot of people here. Let's find a seat. The tea house usually provides a teapot, some gaiwan, and a little fireplace. While drinking tea, you can also toast some food. In Chengdu, it is actually one of the most popular ways to spend your leisure time.
大家好，欢迎参加生活茶艺课程的学习。今天我们来介绍祁门红茶。祁门红茶产自我国安徽省祁门县，是一款历史悠久的传统名茶。祁门红茶的制作工艺，从鲜叶采摘下来之后，包括萎凋、揉捻、发酵、干燥等过程。加工完成的祁门红茶，外形锦绣带风苗，色泽乌黑泛光，俗称宝光，汤色红亮明艳，茶汤入口醇厚浓郁，带蜜糖香，又有兰花香。接下来我们介绍一下冲泡祁门红茶所需的茶具。随手泡、品茗杯、瓷壶、盖制、茶艺六用、茶盒。下面我为大家示范祁门红茶的冲泡过程。 今天我们学习了祁门红茶的产地、生产方法、特点以及祁门红茶的冲泡方法。我们今天的课程就上到这儿，再见。